Okay, here we are again with another something for the weekend. Ignore the scratchings in the back, it's not mice, it's young Paul. Paul, who's, what's he doing? Oh, he's labelling. We're finally labelling everything with prices, which is not before time. So when you come into the store next time, you don't have to guess what the price is, or get your phone out to look on the web. So everything will have prices on. It's taking us a while though. We've got 9,000 products in the shop. Right, Jonathan is with me again.
Hello.
And he's going to start, we're going to walk around a different way just to confuse everybody. So if you're a bit OCD, sorry, but we're going to go that way rather than this way. So there you go, start off with that one.
FTDX 5000 with the with the SM 5000, the station monitor, superb speakers in that particular unit. This one is complete with the box in very good condition. It's been well looked after by its previous owner. For both items, £23.95. A great saving off list, and just above it, quick mention for a Signal Link USB. This is Signal Link's little audio interface for any radio. They do lots of different cables. That one just 50 quid, which is about half price off a brand new one.
Just want to add to the 5000, you've got 200 watts output, of course, with its own built-in power supply and tuner. So you don't need to start adding an additional power supply, as you do with most radios these days, except the big base stations. You can still buy these new. We still sell them new. They're very, very popular, and that's quite a saving over list. FT450D, another one. We sold one last week.
Absolutely, another one. Same money though. It's a 450 for 450. And again, boxed complete with the mic mount user cable. What do we need to say about a 450? Well,
great entry radio, isn't it?
It's great entry radio. When the CDXC de-expedition to Christmas Island happened a few years ago, and the container ship of DX5000s disappeared, they all took FT450Ds. 250,000 QSOs later, can't be bad.
Yeah.
So let's say 450 for 450, boxed and complete. And just below a TS2000E. This is Kenwood's base station HF, VHF, UHF. This one being doesn't have 23 sems in it, but again, in good condition. Got a tiny mark just above that power.
And also some wear on the top.
It does happen, unfortunately. People use radios, believe it or not. But again, this one is in a good condition. I would describe that as
reflected in the price.
It is reflected in the price at $699. Martin.
Right, MFJ, the tunable DSP filters. MFJ have probably got the largest product catalogue in the world for ham radio. Ideal for, again, you can see noise reduction. You've got tunable notch filters and everything else built in. So if you're using an older bit of amateur radio kit without all these facilities, the bands are quite noisy, or can be noisy, then the MFJ 748B is worth looking at. £179, buys that, and it is in good condition. In fact, it's in extremely good condition. Probably boxed and booked with a book. So there it is, 179. IC7100s?
Yeah, IC7100, we've got a couple of these. This one's still got the protective bit on the screen. You know what this is. This is ICOM's HF on HF and 6 meters.
And 4?
50 watts out on 6 and 4. Sorry, 100 watts out on 6, 50 watts out on 4, 2 and 70 sems. This is grey. You hide that away under the desk somewhere. You just have the head unit up on the desk. Again, box complete, $799 for that one. Where we go?
Down, they go for the old Heil.
Oh, okay.
Process. You just bought that in, haven't you?
Heil Process 6. This one is like brand new. We've had a look at it. We've got it out, and yeah, absolutely brand new. £49 gets you that. It's a great saving over new. And
I think about 139.
Yeah, it's absolutely, it's great saving. That's an absolute bargain for £49. Very quickly, an FT847.
Oh, I still like that.
Yeah, absolutely, everybody does. This is Yaesu's about 20 years old now. If we're one of from the very early design stages of the 847, but HF 6 meters. They can be modified for. This one hasn't been though. 2 meters as well, and 70 sems with the all important satellite mode. The AMSAT guys absolutely love these radios, and they're still highly sought after. That one, 599.
I'm underpriced at 599, I have to say, for that condition, but it really is cheap.
Absolutely. And just above it, an FT991, the original 991, not the A model. So all you're losing out on really is the real-time spectrum scope. Everything else, all of HF2, 62 and 70, all modes, including Yaesu's C4FM system fusion mode as well.
Quadra, the famous Yaesu Quadra amps. These again were all taken on the big CDXC DXpeditions. I don't know which one, but I had 6 or 8 of them, would you believe, in the late 90s, I think. Kilowatt output, almost 1000 watts output, 2 matching units, the power supply and the amplifier itself, so it's the VP and the VL. Seamless integration with your Yaesu FTDX 5000 or 1200 or any of the others, so when you change bands again, it changes bands on here. All solid state, not a compact beast, but what a lovely addition to the shack. Just under £2,000 buys you that, and these were nearly 5,000 when they stopped making them. I don't think they're manufactured anymore. We certainly don't see them in the UK. Alinco, the DM330MW. This has been copied a million times by various Chinese manufacturers. These were the originators. Alinco produced this. It is a 30 amp switch mode power supply with noise offsets. If you do happen to have a little birdie from the switch mode system, you can move it out of the way. 2 large terminals on the back, small fan, and there it is with metering 4 amps and volts, £75, so there's a good 30-40 quid off retail price there.
Another 7100, we'll pass by that. We'll go to a FT857. This one, I believe it's the D model, although that price label doesn't say, so I believe it is the D model. In very good condition. I believe on this one, it's not all that old, but it has got a few marks just on the side where it's been installed in the mobile bracket. Yeah. But other than that, it's absolutely very good condition, excellent condition. I'll describe that at 549. It is complete box, mic manual, DC cable, and I believe it's got a separation kit in the box as well. Talking power supplies, as Martin just was, very quickly, Watson 20 amp power supply, and the Power Mite, nice little supply, again switch mode, with the
20 amps, so
yeah, 20 amps, 2 amps, with the voltage adjustment on there as well for £49.
One thing I'd like to mention, we don't normally do this before we actually get the stock, but yesterday we collected a couple of ICOM IC7300s, no, not 7300s, the small 10 watt version of the, you'll have to stop this because I've bugged that up. Well, it's not 7300.
Which one are you on about?
The small 10 watt units of the IC706.
703.
Right. So cut that bit out, Joe. This. Right, we don't normally mention this, but we've just bought in 2 ICOM IC703s. They are the 10 watt version of the IC706. For those of you who know the 703, you'll be going, oh my goodness me, 2 of those. Got 2 coming in, both boxed. One is mint. Apparently it's been out of the box, but back in the box. The gentleman bought it as a spare, which some people do. They'll be on the website possibly by the time you see this video. We may be getting them in tomorrow. We're actually doing this day early because young Jonathan's having a day off. Can you believe it? So they'll be on the website. IC703, small little 10 watt portable mobile bass transceiver with an internal power supply. I've also just bought in an ICOM tuner. Did I say power supply? Sorry, Gary. I'm losing it, you see, it's the age, it's selling in. Yes, we built in tuner, not power supply, thank you. I've also bought in an ICOM IC7800, the big 200 watt bass, which is a Mark II version, 200 watts, their flagship, only superseded by the 7851, which we stock at £11,000. I haven't got a price on that yet, but that will be arriving next Tuesday. So if you're looking for ICOM's flagship bass, at a much lower price than normal, then again look and check our used list on the web, which is there all the time /used. Jonathan, have you spotted anything else? We've got quite a lot of second-hand gear.
So we mentioned the 857, we'll just mention quickly the FTL meter that goes with it. This is LDG's massive meter that plugs into the 857 one of the criticisms we sometimes hear about 857 is the size of the screen and the fact you can't see the S meter very well. Well, the FTL meter solves that. £49 gets you that. Very quickly, we've got another FTL meter there. In the corner, an MFJ 260C, the 300 watt dummy load. 30 quid gets you that box, as you can see the box there. It's a 300 watt dummy load. What more do I need to say about that, really?
PowerStar 82K. The big manual tuner from PowerStar in the States. Good old Paul Privnak still banging these out in the old RL Drake factory, actually. For those of you who think that the chassis type and design looks a bit familiar, well, that's why. £399 buys you one of these, a saving of, I think, over £200 off list. We've also got an MD200, Yaesu's desk microphone, £149. The thing that's missing is the little extension arm. A lot of people take them off because when they sit on the desk they actually sit too high. It's not immaculate, but it's £100 odd off list, so that's worth considering. Heil foot switch, FS2, it's a foot switch, again 20 odd pounds at least saving off list. Sitting on top of a Yaesu FTDX 1200. I think we spoke about these this one, no, the one over there, we just bought another one in, a 749, a great 100 watt HF base station and 6. You need an external power supply. I've also just noticed a used MFJ 962D at £299, roller coaster design. Like PowerStar, not quite to the same build quality, but a hell of a lot cheaper. So if you're looking for a nice 300 watt high impedance feed tuner, that's definitely worth considering. Balance feed as well, with separate coax switch built in, obviously, so you can select the antennas. Jonathan, spotted something else?
Yeah, so it's a nice little range of LDG tuners at the top. The IT100, just like that, perfect if you've got one of the 7100s, maybe buy one of the 7100s. They don't have an inbuilt tuner, so the IT100 is the perfect solution. Very simple, you plug it into that 4-pin Molex connector on the rear of the radio, and the tuner grabs all of its power and obviously all the data it needs to tune from that. Obviously you just need to add an RF patch cable, and then we've got YT1200, same thing for the Yaesu's FTDX 1200 or 3000 or the 991. That was actually a B stock one for $199.
And you get 10:1 SWR tuning out of the Yaesu, whereas typically the LDG was typically only 3:1 out of internal tuners. Now I know we're talking about used, but I just want to point out to you that we're now the UK sole distributor for Juma products, including their exciting PA1000, which I'll let Jonathan quickly talk about because he keeps lusting after them. In fact, it was him that badgered me to chase Juma up and say, "Oi, how about supplying us?" And they were delighted to, and we're delighted to do business with them. Jonathan?
Yeah, so the Juma PA1000 is obviously a solid state amplifier from Juma with a built-in power supply. The thing that sets this apart from every other linear amplifier on the market
is that you can buy them immediately.
You can buy them immediately, that's one thing.
You have to wait a year and a half.
But secondly, it's the weight of them. These are ridiculously light.
Yes, 5-6 kilos.
Yeah, they're 5 or 6 kilos. There's hardly any weight to them at all. I know many people who take Jumas in their hand luggage if they're going abroad and they want to do a bit of QR road de-expeditioning. Absolutely perfect for that. All of HF on it and a kilowatt output with obviously SWR protection, all of that that you'd expect out of a kilowatt amplifier, and just 2695.95. So it's comparable with the SPEs of the world and the ACOMs of the world, but obviously fraction of the lead time because they're both available from stock, and also as I say, fraction of the weight. Martin.
So there you go. Yes, he does like that. He actually did borrow one and fried all his pigeons in his garden and brought it back. Right, that's it for now. We have got lots more used equipment coming up, and we're still looking for used gear. So again, I'll say to you, if you've got pieces of kit sitting at home that you don't use anymore, you loved it when you first bought it, but it's not doing anything bar going down in value, then please give myself, Jonathan, or any of the sales guys in the store, and we'll price it up for you immediately. If you're fortunate enough to have kept the box, do try and keep boxes. It doesn't add massively to the value, but it's just a lot easier for dealers and even selling privately to collect and ship. Give us a call and we'll give you a very good price. To remind you also, we've finally got stock of ICOM, the ICOM IC9700, which you all should know by now, I'm sure. There it is. The radio that we were waiting for over a year, and so indeed were hundreds of customers. 270 and 23 as standard, 100 watts on 2 and 70. 2 meters and 70 watts on 75 watts on 70, and then 10 on 23. They're finally available from stock, so you don't have to ring and wait months and months as some people did to complete your lineup next to the IC7300 probably. And also we have now got stock. This is the third batch delivery that we've had from Yaesu, the FTDX 101D that Yaesu introduced about 3 months ago. These have been an unbelievable hit. The first batch didn't touch the sides, the second barely did, now the third batch is on the same. But again, at the time of this video, which is the 27th of June, is it? 27th of June 2019, got stock. And I'd love you to come down to the store and play with my trusty old FT101ZD. Pre-warp, you'll notice, hasn't even got the warp bands on it. Complete with a little Yaesu cardboard. Do you remember these? They used to stick them on. I don't know who YF is. I wonder if he's still going. They used to put these little tags on. And even the old FT227. That's right, old memory lane. Right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching more of our Something for the Weekend, which will be going out tomorrow night, Friday. Thank you, Jonathan, for joining us. If there's anything you'd like us to do a video on, please email us, sales@hamradio.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely weekend, and make sure you leave the windows and doors open because it is so hot, it's untrue.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.